Please, I never, ever, ever want to hear you say, I had to lay it down. I hate that phrase. Actually, we're going to go straight here. I hate that phrase. What do you mean you had to lay it down? What does that even mean? How do you practice that? Yeah, I don't want to hear you say I had to lay my bike down. What that means is you did not brake properly. That's called crashing. Don't hide behind a phrase making it sound intentional. You didn't have to lay your bike down. You overbraked because you didn't know what you were doing. And when it started to slide out from you, you just didn't fight it. That's what happened. That's what actually happened. And tell me, well, I had to stop fast. Yeah? You realize the reason motorcycle tires, even the cheap ones, are so much more expensive than car tires, and your disc brakes and the weight of the bike compared to your braking power and the rubber, the really good rubber, like real rubber, not like cars where they got the cheap tires that are like a synthetic compound. You've got real rubber tires. They're expensive and they're really good. And modern disc brakes, and honestly even the drum brakes, it's usually only a drum brake rear, but most of your braking's coming from the front anyway. But modern brakes and modern tires, man, they've come so far. There is no reason, none whatsoever, for you to say I had to lay it down, because guess what's going to stop faster? My bike stalls when I do that, but it's frustrating to me because I know how well a bike can actually stop. My bike stalls when I stop very suddenly because there's a fuel pressure issue. I have a flat slide carburetor that doesn't really fit on this bike. It tilts slightly backward. And yes, the float height is correct, but that whole thing, the aftermarket carburetor, doesn't really work with this bike. Combined with the fact that my exhaust valves are a little tight, so once the bike gets hot, it's more likely to stall under idle because I'm losing compression out the exhaust valves. If that didn't make sense to you and sounded like witchcraft, that's okay. We're going to ride up Prospect Avenue. A lot of people get killed on this street, so we're going to take it easy. I mean, either from shootings or from just bad drivers pulling in front of people. But we're taking it dressed like a stormtrooper, so. But anyway, what's going to stop faster? The modern brakes and good tires, or sliding plastic and chrome? If you were able to stop in time sliding on the bike, you absolutely could have stopped in time staying upright. Unless you were afraid of your brakes, or just didn't know what to do, so you just mashed on them, and then the bike went whoop, which is exactly what I had. But how do you practice laying it down? That's not a thing. That's not like I'm gonna go in the parking lot and practice. Like, you're not like a stunt rider, and you're not like trying to slide under a semi-truck to like disarm some nuclear bomb or something. I don't know, like some ridiculous MacGyver scenario, if that's what you're imagining. But that's not, I mean, that's not a thing. How do you do it then, really? How do you lay a bike down? Braking improperly? Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, it's not a real thing. It's not. And I have people that I even respect, that I enjoy, that tell me, oh, I had to lay my bike down. And they've been riding for decades. And I'm like, I cringe when they say it. I'm like, I had to lay your bike down. You mean you crashed? Is what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm cringing because I'm like thinking about, like, do you practice panic braking? Because you should. You should know the limits of your bike's braking abilities. You ever locked up a front tire? It's scary as hell when it happens, but you should know what it feels like. I had to do it to a customer's bike. He was complaining his brakes weren't working. It was on a Ninja 650, and I was like, well, I've had a 650, so I know how it's supposed to feel. Give me the bike, I'll go for a test ride, I'll check out the brakes. And from 45 miles an hour, I came to a freaking dead stop, and the front wheel started to tuck, and I had to let go and reapply the front brake. And I was like, ooh, okay, yeah, your brakes work, buddy. I don't know how you're using them, but they sure work. Oh man, my favorite Jamaican place is up here. Best Jamaican food in Kansas City. It's authentic and it's freaking amazing. But see, as you're braking, the bike's weight shifts forward. And as more of the weight is over the front tire, the front brake can handle more and more without locking. It's not grab the front brake, it's squeeze. I think I'm done here. Oh yeah. There's a way out. Let's watch for cross track.